Scientists include detected and sudden growth in air levels of Freon-11, a CFCs, Freon, very injuring to the ozonation stratum. Prohibited by the Montreal Minutes in 1987, Freon-11 was seen to be decreasing as anticipated, but how drop has slowed downward by 50% with 2012. Researchers say their testimony shows his potential how brand new, illicit emissions of Freon-11 are upcoming of East Asia. These could hinder the restoration of the ozonation opening and deteriorate environment changing. Freon-11 is as well named as trichlorofluoromethane, and is one of a quantity of chlorofluorocarbon how were initially advanced as refrigerants for the 1930s. They were as well utilized as propellants in sprays and in solvents. Yet, it took many decades for scientists to find how, while chlorofluorocarbon break down downward in the ambience, they produce chloride atoms how are capable to quickly kill ozonation molecules. The conclusion how the destroying of ozonation was creation a big opening above the Antarctic led to the signature of the Montreal Minutes in 1987. The contract saw the manufacture of chlorofluorocarbon, consisting Freon-11, prohibited in advanced countries in the mid-1990s and in the otherwise of the planet by 2010. As manufacture stalled, current reservoirs of the chemical substances were anticipated to slowly flee to the ambience and detract. Scientists include been thoroughly collection information of air tracking stations about the planet always with to do certainly all is progressive as expected. The new research published on environment shows how, as anticipated, the bet of decrease of concentrations of Freon-11 observable was continuous among 2002 and 2012. Yet, with 2012, the decrease has slowed by about 50%. The authors of the new paper rebate the concept how the changing could be due to releases of current store, emissions of older buildings creature decommissioned, or of the random manufacture of Freon-11 as a on-product of some chemistry production. In 2013, plumes of air comprising lofty levels of Freon-11 were detected at the Mauna Loa Observatory in Hawaii. The authors of the study say his potential how illicit manufacture of Freon-11 in East Asia is over the growth. We are manufacturing the measurements of really far off of these regions, and I believe more than specificity is departure to go one day the human beings, in how thoroughly at their measurements and issue their results, he added. All manufacture of an ozonation depleting gas house controllable by the Montreal Minutes has to be informed to the Ozonation Secretary, or, now, world manufacture is substantially null. We aware of no manufacture though for mediator or party means. The researchers are perplexed as to which the motive for any unauthorized new manufacture might be. They spot to the reality how with the manufacture of these chemical substances was ended above 8 years back, any production how was implicated in the job would include transition to some substances. He's frustrating. I would not include anticipated it to occur, told Dr. Michaela Heglin of Reed College, UK, who was not implicated in the research. This more recent substances how are out down there, the replacements for Freon-11, might be more than hard or costly for several countries to make or get at. I expect how once the world society can put blood pressure on southward East Asiatic countries, perhaps China, to go and see at if they can get more than data on wherever the emissions go of. They should speak the industry's house not departure to job. The research authors spot out how time Freon-11 can persevere in the ambience for 50 years, the common standard of chloride atoms is yet decreasing. Yet, if no activity is undertaken on the new resource of emissions, it could be very considerable. If the emissions were to persevere, later we could think how medicinal of the ozonation stratum, how restoration day, could be detained by 10 years, told Dr. Monska. It could as well do a deposit to growing world temperature. The researchers say how the research as well shows how previous precautionary air tracking system are an significant item to police force emissions of ozonation injuring chemical substances departure striker as countries coordinated on future, considerable stage outs in